The New York State Supreme Court has ruled against Donald Trump this week, telling him that he has to continue turning over documents to New York Attorney General Letitia James as part of her ongoing civil investigation into Trump, his kids, and his organization. And this batch of materials that the New York AG is asking for is actually fairly significant. This includes materials that were stored on the personal electronic devices of members of the Trump Organization. Now, members of the Trump Organization could mean lots of things, right? It could mean assistants, it could mean other, executives, or it could actually mean Trump and his kids themselves. We don't know exactly who, but we do know that this was information they were storing personally, so probably a bit more sophisticated and relevant than what has already been turned over. Now, it is important to remember that even though, yes, this is another legal setback for Donald Trump, this investigation is only civil, right? The New York Attorney General is not in any way conducting an investigation that is going to lead to criminal charges against Donald Trump, his kids, or his organization. All the New York Attorney General is wanting is, if you screwed us over on money, you're going to pay it back. I mean, it's that simple. It's the investigation in Manhattan, the one that is clearly wrapping up because they're sending evidence back to people, which means they're not going to present it in court. That's the one that was a criminal investigation, and it looks like it's going to end without any criminal charges being filed against Donald Trump or his children, even though the prosecutors that were working on it, including the former DA, were all prepared to file criminal charges against Donald Trump. So what could happen, though, and this is far-fetched, but it is a very real possibility, is that if the Attorney General's investigation does find that, yes, they broke the law, then they could take that information, send it back down to Manhattan, where a criminal investigation could continue, could restart, or basically could just end with this new information and then the filing of criminal charges. But all of this 100% hinges upon Alvin Bragg, the new Manhattan DA. And it is very obvious that Bragg does not want to file any criminal charges against any member of the Trump family. He's either scared or compromised. Those are the only two conclusions I can logically come to explain why everybody else around him is telling him, yeah, we can hit him with these criminal charges, but Bragg still says no. So even if Letitia James does come out and say, okay, we got him, right? I've got proof of criminal activity here. I'm going to hit him for the money. New York DA, here you go. You hit him for the criminal charges. I still don't think Bragg would do it. So that's where that lands. And unfortunately, that would likely be where that ends, unless, of course, Letitia James wants to go another route and say, you know what, Bragg? This seems a little odd that you have decided to not file criminal charges when everybody else around you says they were ready to do it. So I think I'm going to hire a new investigator to figure out what's going on with you, because this isn't normal behavior and everybody wants answers. That, in my opinion, is what Letitia James needs to do next. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you saw, don't forget to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe to our Ring of Fire channel here.